And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herm Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut, it's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch, this is Dysfunction Junction.
Welcome back, everybody, to the train ride from hell and the nonstop to nowhere. Look out the window, the signpost up ahead says, welcome to Dysfunction Junction.
Fuck yeah.
Once again, my name is Chris Burns. Conspicuous by his absence is Chris Lynch. We wish him the best.
Wish him the best.
He'll be back in a few weeks. But we got Big Herm, Michael Herman, filling in so wonderfully. How are you tonight, bud?
I'm doing good.
So, we have in front of us a couple of things, and we're going to get into the hows and the whys that McDonald's owes us a lot of fucking McMoney.
A lot of fucking money.
We touched on it last week, the week before, but do you want to kind of fill the folks in on what we're doing right now?
Yeah, so like a couple of weeks, I was noticing, and I saw a commercial, and McDonald's has got these quote-unquote menu hacks on their menu, right? So I decided, all right, what are these menu hacks? Mm-hmm. What are these new awesome ideas that McDonald's has come out with? All right, so they've come up with the first offering.
The only thing I could think of was they learned how to make a McRib with real meat.
They learned how to make real barbecue? Mm-hmm. No? Oh, never mind. Forget it. So the first offering that was available to the public, at least around here, was something called the Surf Plus Turf. Mm-hmm. Okay? This is a sandwich that's basically a double cheeseburger.
Got one of those right here.
Yep, got one right here. And a fillet of fish. We've got those too. Okay, so this is their new menu hack, all right? Now, as well as there's three other sandwiches on the menu, all right? One is the Crispy McDouble, which is a double cheeseburger with nuggets shoved in it.
Yeah, we'll get to that one later.
Yeah, we'll get there. The other one is the Land, Air, and Sea, which kind of was mine.
Yeah.
It's a Big Mac with a chicken patty and a filet patty shoved in on each layer.
Right.
All right, so
which we all said was the biggest fucking burger we'd ever seen.
Sandwich we'd ever seen. And then there's another sandwich that they have, and I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's pretty much another thing. But here's the thing, like I don't know, this sandwich is not a hack.
No, and tell them why.
This sandwich is stolen intellectual property.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in 1989, when we were in high school, mm-hmm. and we were broke as fuck.
Yep.
And we would go on break, and McDonald's would make us pay 50% of what we were eating.
Yep.
We would order something and then have our friends in the grill
kind of doctor it up just a bit.
Upgrade it.
Oh, yeah.
So this was one that all right, so the sandwich that McDonald's is toting as their menu hack is a sandwich that we built and created back in 1989.
Yep.
And back then, we called it the Burgolay.
That's right, a burger and a filet o fish. So you just kind of jam those two names together, and we called it the Burgolay.
Burgolay.
And I think this one was my invention. Yours was the Tower of Power, whatever the fuck.
Yes, the Big Mac with a chicken and a filet.
That's correct. That's correct.
And then Andy was the crispy double cheeseburger.
Correct, with the nuggets inside.
That had nuggets shoved inside of his double cheeseburger.
Andy wished he could join us tonight.
Yeah, I know he did. He would have been great to
all
have
right,
some
so
backup
teach me how to build this son of a bitch.
So we're going to teach you how to Dougie. All right.
Oh wow, this looks like it came from 1989. This fillet of fish.
It did. It's still hot though. So
yeah, well they kept the hot side hot and.
All right, so we've got the. All right, so here's how I'm going to do it.
All right,
I'm going to remove now. On the picture, it shows this as a 3-layer burger.
Okay.
But that's not how we designed
No, do it our way.
Okay, so I'm pulling the bottom bun off.
Off of the double cheeseburger.
Yep, and I'm pulling the top bun off.
Okay, doing the same.
I'm shoving it right inside the fillet.
That looks to be about the way we used to do it.
That used to be pretty much the way we did it.
Except we actually put pickles aside of each other.
So
you get pickles in every bite.
Separated in every bite.
I'm going to throw that sumbitch right on there. Here we go. Oh, wow. Taking me back now. I feel like I should be skipping school tomorrow. I was going to say,
it feels like break time.
Yeah, right? The only thing missing is good old Tim Podusky coming in trying to talk to you.
Wow.
Yeah, right? All right, so
here it is. It's the Land and Sea. It's a double cheeseburger.
We can't have dead air, so I'm going to let Herm take his bite first and report back.
We're going to do it.
All right, here we go. His has extra tartar. Mine has no tartar. I'm just throwing that out there. I want to see how far this takes him back.
Yeah.
You're going way back. Here I go.
Yeah, do it, bro. It's that's it. Mm-hmm. It's like being in high school again.
Mm-hmm. This is 11 to 7 on a Saturday
afternoon. That's what I'm saying. This is a 3 to close. This is it right here.
Oh, yeah.
This is it.
Oh, yeah. And the best part, again, I'm not a tartar sauce guy. The ketchup and here I am talking like I'm reviewing Bobby Flay's dish on his show.
An aficionado.
Right? The way the ketchup, the mustard, the pickles, the fish, it all makes sense. And again, it goes right back to 1989. This is amazing.
You know, nobody else is going to believe us
that
we invented this.
So what do we do in a situation like this, Herm?
We need witnesses.
We do need a witness.
We need witnesses.
We need a witness now.
Hold on.
Mike is going to the phone.
Smitty.
Smitty's the guy, I think.
Smitty.
Because I think Smitty invented a sandwich or two as well.
Oh, we're going to get Smitty on the goddamn phone.
All right, I like this idea.
Hello.
What's up, Smith?
What's good, gentlemen?
What is up, my man? Long time no talk, man.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. How you gentlemen doing tonight?
We're doing all right. I'm
gonna take another bite of this thing.
Take another bite. It's delicious. Mm-hmm. We are reviewing this whole McDonald's the surf and turf burger, and Burns and I we're pissed, bro, because the way we see it, you, me, and Doc and Burns all created all of these menu hacks back in 1989 when we were broke and starving.
Absolutely, I can attest to that. You got to give credit to the real deal, to the engineers behind the scenes.
That's what I'm saying,
and
right?
At some point, I want my McMoney.
I want to know where is our McMoney?
This is horse shit on a stick.
I figure the royalties alone should give you guys a brand new studio.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can I get like 3 cents on every burger, man? Because I think there's somebody owes somebody something.
See, if only Smitty were a lawyer, right now we'd have
a good studio.
Oh yeah. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe would be working hard, filing briefs to make this McMoney happen.
Heard you missed your
McCalling.
Oh shit! And for those of us, for the listeners out there, just so you know, back in '89, Smitty was one of the boys and the guys that worked with us.
Yep.
Down at McDonald's.
Not only that, he was part of the most important subsection.
The subsection of the McDonald's.
Which we...
Chili Brothers in the house.
Chili Brothers, there it is. They were, I'd like to say they were no meaner gang in town, but we weren't mean. We were just guys that like to hang out and drink.
Just like to hang out and drink, that's all.
Damn, Skippy. Reason for everything.
Right. There's a reason. That's why Smitty used to get crooked.
I don't want to say too much. I'm enjoying this sandwich right now.
That could be a whole episode on being crooked.
For real.
Now, do you remember what? There was a sandwich. I know I talked to Andy last night, good old Dr. Dre, not the one that performed at the Super Bowl. And he remembers, like you did, Herm, what did you call it? The Crunchy McDouble, which was the double cheeseburger with the McNuggets shoved in.
Yeah, that was
Andy's creation.
Shoved nuggets in the burger all the time.
That was the beginning of Big Herm Chefdom right there.
That was it right
pretty
there.
much. Because
crazy creations coming out of Gail Square McDee's kitchen.
Absolutely. And before we got you on the line, Mike was telling the world, and I remember back in the day I called it the Tower of Power, but you said it has another name now?
Yep, now.
This McDonald's menu hack?
The menu hack, it's the Big Mac, but it's got the McChicken in the top and a filet patty in the bottom, and it's the air, land, and sea. But we used to eat that shit too.
Oh, that's another thing Andy wanted to bring up. Listen to me, I'm talking with my mouth full.
Sounds like absolute highway robbery.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're saying.
Andy wanted to make mention, if we do get paid for this, can they remind McDonald's, if they call it the land, air, and sea, the chicken doesn't fly. Where's the air coming from?
It doesn't have wings, man.
It has little wings. I mean, we all eat them we all go to B-Dubs and enjoy them on a regular basis.
Not those kind of wings.
Not those kind of wings,
Not
exactly.
those kind of wings.
You can't call it the land, farm, and sea, or whatever the fuck. You could, I guess.
This has been great.
The seal of sandwiches.
That's what I'm talking about. Now that because we have you here, and now the listeners get a little bit more of a glimpse into the dark and shady underworld that was us in high school, you as well.
Absolutely.
Take us back to in your mind. We're there. It's Gales Ferry, Connecticut. We're all 17 years old. Can you have one stupid McDonald's story you can share?
Oh my God, there's so many. I mean, it's one of those deals where you talk about an original cast of characters that opened up that is known today as Gales Ferry McDee's on Route 12, Gales Ferry, Connecticut. And I mean, I remember being hired as the second person for the store after the aforementioned Doc, Andrew Doc Seifert.
That's right.
And becoming a crew trainer. And
we all had to work in Groton for 6 months, remember?
Yeah.
Groton for 6 months for training prior to on Route 12. I remember, how about those days of going to cover in Mystic McDonald's with the buses that would come up
Oh,
from
dear
Chinatown,
God.
and the tourists that would bum rush the joint for nothing more than filet of fish and apple pie.
Yep.
Yo, for real. For real. We used to get slaughtered.
Absolutely craziness. And I mean, the cast of characters and people that we work with, you know, that's something, 33 years later, you never forget some of these people?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if I can throw out a couple names just to a little tip of the hat here on Valentine's Day. I was thinking more along the lines of the dearly departed. We have Larry Reed. That was one of us.
Absolutely.
We lost Larry.
Rest in peace.
And Tim Pulowski, who we also lost. Yep. Dusky.
The Dusky.
I did not realize that Dusky was no longer with us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's unfortunate.
Yep.
But like Smitty, like you're saying, we were a cast of characters. We were all weirdly different. None of us were, quote unquote, the coolest kids on the block. But you put us all together, and boy, you couldn't have more fun. You really could not.
Whether it was partying, whether it was playing softball, whether it was just being goofy, you know, that's the kind of relationships that you have for life, that you might not always be around those people, but that's times that you remember. And you know what? It's got to be some of the funnest times I've ever had in the workplace.
Like, I'll ask you gentlemen a question. Have you ever driven by that McDonald's and not thought about, I wonder what so-and-so is doing?
Yeah, no, there's something always comes up.
Yeah.
I was like, yo.
Absolutely. The memories. I mean, if you look at small-town Gales Ferry, there's not a lot there anyway.
No.
And that's lasted the test of time as all these other things have gone under. The cartways, the validies, the freaking, you know, the subways, the places, Juliet Long School, for crying out loud.
I know. I just saw that recently.
For real, they just closed the school down.
That's fucked up.
I mean, how many memories on that softball field alone?
I'd like to answer you, but I'm filling my fat face.
Oh yeah, I mean, how much bullshit shenanigans did we pull on that softball field?
Mm-hmm.
A ton.
Not only that, but regardless of where we're going or what we're doing, we always made a stop at Toads.
Absolutely.
How are you, my friend? Very good, my guy.
The original 7-Eleven. Stay away from the alcohol.
You get Chris away from there. He is not allowed to buy the beer.
We're always at Toads.
And I remember him trying to tell us his name wasn't Toad. It's Tohidjual guy. I'm like, okay, Toad.
Heard, okay,
Sure.
Toad.
As long as we refer to you and we like you. Oh, you make flyer. Tell people McDonald's, they come here to bring flyer. They get 10% off. Off of what? Milk?
Off of milk.
Yeah, great. I saved 12 cents. This is back in the day when milk was like $1.25. Yeah, great. I saved 12 cents. I can buy that fucking Porsche I always wanted.
That was a great place. That's the original 7-Eleven at Gales Ferry, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, it was.
Nothing comes. Henny Penny can kiss my ass.
Nothing even comes close.
And the reason Henny Penny can kiss my ass because easy to get into, it's a bitch to get out of.
Yes.
You don't put
Worst
something
location.
like, oh, you're damn right. And if you guys don't know Gales Ferry, Connecticut, you got the main drag is Route 12. You come down this hill, and there's a light, and it's a two-way light. One goes straight, continuing on Route 12. The other is a slight right turn, which leads you to the United States Submarine Base in Groton, Connecticut. This gas station is right there at the light. So you can turn right and get out of there, but heaven forbid you take a fucking left. You're dead. You're sitting.
dead.
You're gonna rot and die
You
in
sat
that
there all
parking
day.
lot.
16-car pileup.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I might have caused
Absolutely.
one of those. I'm not sure.
All right, so there we have it. We have verifiable proof,
Evidence.
evidence,
That's all we needed.
a witness
I
that
can attest to
McDonald's
full
owes
validity.
us some McMoney.
That's right.
Absolutely. Pay the man. Pay the men.
Pay the men. You, me, Herm,
All of us, the whole crew needs
Dr.
needs-
Dre. And
the
if
whole
anybody,
crew.
right, if anybody could dig Tim out of whatever hole he's crawled under over the last couple, not Pulowski, Riker.
Oh, Reichert, yes. Yep,
Oh my
yep,
gosh.
yep.
Now you're talking some blasts from the past.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
now that's some really
Friend
deep.
of the Beastmaster.
That's
Then
really deep shit.
The Beastmaster.
Friend of the Beastmaster.
I remember her. I remember Dawn, Karen, Lizzo.
Lizzo.
KB.
Everybody loved
Debbie
Lizzo.
Upton.
Of course they did. Everybody loved Lizzo.
Debbie Upton.
Yep, Debbie Upton. That's right. Wow. And oh Christ, I can't remember his name. Fuck me running. Morning. He wasn't one of us. Like he wasn't one of the kids. He was He was older than us. Worked the mornings. Andy absolutely hated him.
Oh, I can't. Oh, like Tom.
Tom.
Remember
There you
Tom?
go. Yeah.
With
Big
the,
Tom.
with the mustache.
Yep. The really bad Tom Selleck gimmick.
Oh yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
And I remember just Andy hating him.
Yes.
James.
We were.
James, the Navy guy, right? The
Oh,
redhead?
was it James? No, James was cool. The redhead.
Yeah, he was the Navy guy.
Yeah, but there was another one.
Well, we had Edgar too.
Well, Edgar was
Yeah, well, that's true.
everybody's
He was the
favorite
Navy guy
redhead.
as well. He was the flag twirler in the Navy. Absolutely. The drill team.
Oh my god!
That's
not
funny.
everybody can be a career grunt like you, my man.
That's right. That's right.
Sailing the seven sails. Absolutely.
Oh my god! And another thing, while we got Smitty on the phone, before we let him go, before we get into your Russian Olympic conspiracy theory, I've been waiting all week to hear this.
Oh,
Oh
Lord.
yeah, I've got it.
True or false? When we all worked at McDonald's and we all cared about what we did, it's not like we were building the Sistine Chapel, but we put some pride and effort into our work. The question is, did our ice cream machine ever break? I can't remember our ice cream machine ever being down.
No, like I don't know what the fuck it is nowadays. They don't build ice cream machines correctly or like tough.
I don't know.
Like our
Hey.
ice machine. I mean, our ice cream machine literally would be down like 1 or 2 days a year, and it was because of a mechanical issue, or you didn't have it first thing available in the morning because we'd have to do the whole.
You have
the
to
whole-
gut it, clean
Remember,
it,
you'd have to
put it all
clean
back
it,
together.
put it
Yeah.
back together, and do every now and then. You had to do the once
the
a week.
intricacies. The
Yeah.
intricacies of cleaning that bitch at night, closing,
Heaven forbid
and,
you
and
took-
putting
you-
it together.
You put an O-ring on wrong, and the whole thing
Oh,
is screwed.
Oh yeah, or
Forget
trying
about
to
it. You
get the blades on the rotating thing, trying to get them in there, and they fall off. And fuck!
I think I went through a tuba lube at least.
I was
once
just
every
gonna
4
say,
weeks.
covered in tubes of that fucking surgical lube.
There is so many places I want to go with that comment, and I'm going to be quiet. I am
We
seriously.
weren't even smart enough at the time to come up with good to know how to really use it like adults.
right.
I didn't state that it was for the machine itself. You know.
Yeah,
I just
well,
stated
you
that I
know.
went through a tuba lube.
What you do after closing is your business, guy.
Absolutely. Back by the washing machine, it's anybody's game.
Leave me alone. I'm on dish.
We're going to the walk-in.
I'm taking in the truck in the freezer.
Yeah, right.
real.
The Martin Brower truck just showed up. Leave me alone.
Oh man, that was good shit. All right.
Too much fun. Well, thank you for being a witness, because now I think it's time to put a class action suit out there. Not just me and you and Herm and Andy and people like us, but degenerate teenagers all over the country who have created their own McSandwiches over the years. It's time for us to get paid.
Absolutely. Pay the originals.
That's right. Because we don't have too many good years left, man. We're old.
Gotta
You
get
realize
paid.
that? You realize that, right? Did you throw
Oh,
out a hip
time's
last
flying
night? You threw out a hip last night in the halftime show, didn't you?
Absolutely. I loved it. It was the best halftime show I've seen in many years.
Second
But I'm not
best.
a Bruno Mars fan, so, you know.
All right, I'll buy it. I didn't mind Bruno Mars. I don't know who The Weeknd is or why he thinks he's both days wrapped into one, but I didn't like that show at all.
I didn't even think he was just a full Saturday. I thought maybe
No.
he was like a Saturday morning at
He's
the
kind
most.
of like a trip to Mohegan Park. He's like 3 hours of The Weeknd right there.
Yeah, you know, once you go around the lake, you're done.
Yeah.
You know.
And then you
The
go
true
drink out of
travesty
the.
was incorporating Kendrick Lamar with those bets. He did that. He had absolutely no business belonging.
Seemed
there.
out of place a little bit. I will say that.
Absolutely.
Kendrick was a little out of place. I thought he did well with the whole Dre respect thing, though. I'm not gonna lie, he held it together well. I think Kendrick was a little. He was the kid that he was one of those kids that is doing his own thing. He didn't fit in with the group.
Let me see if I've got this right.
Now the drop in by 50, I thought was absolutely amazing.
That just goes to show you how bad the inflation is right now.
What'd you say?
50 Cent goes to show you how bad the inflation is right now, because when he came off of that ceiling like Spider-Man, he clearly looks like $1.50 right now. He got heavy.
Yeah. He looks like $1.73.
Yeah, $1.298 right there. Change his name.
For a second there, I thought Notorious B.I.G. never passed away.
Right? It was his little brother, Notorious Medium.
Notorious MED.
Look, Smitty, thank you so much for allowing us to give you a phone call and bringing you on the show and letting the people know what's up. And we really appreciate it.
Hashtag give us our McMoney.
Hashtag give us our McMoney. Listen, my man.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. You have a great night, and we thank you so much.
Go get you one of these sandwiches. They're really good.
I bet. I'll take your word for it.
All right.
Thanks for having me on Dysfunction Junction.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Thanks
Take
for being
care.
on. Talk to you later, my man.
Peace out, boys.
See, there it is,
All
right there.
There it is, right there. Verifiable fucking proof from a real person that we invented this shit back in 1989.
That's right.
That as well. We there was multiples, so we're a conglomerate.
Yeah.
We're a conglomerate.
We're coming for you.
We're coming for you, McDonald's.
That's right.
I have $7 in my pocket, and I'm spending all of it on my lawyer for this.
Who are you hiring for $7?
Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Oh, that's a great firm, by the way. All right, so as I finish this sandwich, I said it, I've been dying all week. Guys, this is going to be like so random today, because when you're hearing this, we're recording on Valentine's Day, so we got a lot of shit to cover. But oh my God, he's got notes. I've been waiting for this. He texted me earlier in the week. I am pissed off at the Olympics, and here's why. So take it away, my man.
All right, so here's my quick hit of the week. My quick hit of the week is the Russian Olympic Committee. Fuck those people. All right?
Wow.
Fuck those people. Okay? Because, first of all, Russia was banned. It started out as a 2-year ban, but it was changed to a 2-year ban. So it was the last Olympics and this Olympics. But Russian athletes are not allowed to compete at the Olympics. So, but
Why do
they
I
can.
I got a bad feeling about this.
They
Go
can,
ahead.
because apparently, as long as you don't use the word just Russia, and if you include the words neutral athlete on your uniform,
Oh my!
and you don't use the Russian flag, but you use and represent just the colors of Russia, which are the red, the blue, and the white, or something like that, then they're allowed to. Here's my issue with that. The word Russia is right in the fucking name of the Olympic Committee. During the opening of the Olympics, the president of Russia, Putin, stood up and clapped and honored the athletes coming in from the Russian Olympic Committee.
Yep.
If Russia isn't allowed to compete in the Olympics, then why is Russia competing in the Olympics?
Now, refresh my memory. Why was Russia banned in the first place?
Doping.
I
for the
figured
same reason
I figured as much.
For the same reason that whoever the girl is on the ROC team right now got popped for something earlier. They banned her, but because she's been clean through the Olympics, they let her compete again. Let her compete. So you broke a rule, but we're still going to allow it to happen Because what? Because it's Russia? Are we afraid of Putin? Is the Olympic Committee afraid of Putin?
I think the last time our country was afraid of Russia was in the mid '80s when we all thought the Cold War
Right,
was
well,
going to lead to nuclear.
I was going to say, we
and then
thought
Sting has to make a song about it, and then Ronald Reagan, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Right. I mean, we thought the Holocaust was happening every other fucking day back in '85, bro. Let's be honest.
And unlike Whoopi Goldberg, he's not making fun of the Holocaust. He's basically saying everyone in the '80s, if you were born till maybe 18 years old,
let me
lived
specify
in fear.
that. We lived in fear that a nuclear holocaust could happen any time of the day, any day of the week. We by 5-6 years old, we already knew that there was enough missiles to blow the tits off the world on either side, and at any point we could just fucking lambaste the entire planet.
Absolutely, and the fear, it wasn't necessarily media driven, like things are today. I say the media like your average everyday newspaper. It's not like you picked up the newspaper every day and it says Russia's coming to kill you and rip your dick off. We're talking about they were making television shows, movies. When I was a kid, there was a Superman comic book that talked about the Russian threat and he has to save the world from a nuke and all this bullshit. It was being put right in front of your face every single fucking day.
And that was more, and that was art imitating life, a lot of that. That was the current situation we were living in.
Yeah.
And the movies just reflected different scenarios of that worry.
Correct.
Starting with, war games. There's your simplest... Matt Broderick,
Matthew Broderick, Ali Sheedy, and Dabney Coleman.
Yep, John Lithgow.
That's right.
Again, that was the worry at the time. We weren't all supercomputery at the time.
Nope.
Computers were mostly something that the rich or the government had. What happens when all those computers that are controlling all that shit go wrong? I mean, that was a fear. There was so many fears in regards to that situation that we dealt with on a daily basis all the time.
Oh yeah, and I didn't mean to get off the rails on the crazy train, but that's the last time I think America has truly feared Russia, unless of course you fear that Russians are helping this election. There was a great news story earlier. I'm not going to say it tonight because we're going to have some fun tonight, but the Trump-Russia collusion bullshit, it's over. It didn't happen. By the way, there's proof that Hillary did some colluding, but I'm going to leave it at that. We're not getting political. Go back to the Olympics. So the Russians are there, but they're not there. And Putin's there clapping, but he's not clapping for Russian athletes.
The Russians are there, but they don't represent they're not using their flag as a representation, and they don't use the flag isn't anywhere on their any of their uniforms, but it seems like you're not allowed to compete, but as long as you don't say where you're from and you don't push that, we'll let you do it anyway.
I have more of a problem with this that you're describing than I do of the American woman who is competing for the People's Republic of China because she has dual citizenship. Born here, dual citizenship, mother and father mixed, one's Asian, one's American.
Yep.
She made a choice, and good on her.
Yeah, I have no
people
issue
lost their
with that.
Shit about
I have
that,
no issue with that.
But people lost their shit about that.
I know I understand they did, but people do it all the time. The rule to be an Olympian is that you basically have to be a citizen of whatever country you're in 40 no less than 48 hours before your competition.
Wow. Isn't that 48 hours?
48 hours,
wow.
sir.
Sign that 2-day lease. I'm going to compete.
That's literally all that's required is you need to be a citizen of that country within 48 hours of your competition.
How soon can we make beer drinking?
And that doesn't even apply to during training. That doesn't apply to anything.
No, you can train anywhere.
That literally applies when you compete. The moment you're scheduled to compete, 48 hours prior to that, you have to be a citizen.
What's the point at this point? The whole point of the Olympics.
We just had that woman from Canada. She's a Canadian. She's Canadian. She changed her citizenship. She took gold in the monobob for the women.
Monobob. Every time I hear that, they're the monobob.
In the women's single bobsled. So
I just love the cutesy name everything gets nowadays. The monobob.
oh yeah, and on the ice dancing, you've got the twizzles.
I saw that.
I don't even know what the fuck. I'm pretty sure a twizzle is the people that make twizzlers, right?
Well, there was one point during one of the televised events where they had the pairs, and they said these Twizzlers. And I'm like, he just said that out loud on television. You got paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to travel to the land of China to do the Olympics. And you called human beings Twizzlers.
Twizzlers.
What the fuck have we come
There's
to?
two Twizzlers on the ice. Are they the red ones or are they the shitty black ones?
Hey, I like the black ones. You know what I don't? I don't like the ones that pretend to be chocolate, though. That's bullshit.
No, those are horrible. Those are
Oh,
just horrible.
my Lord. So you got more. I can see you got some notes on the Olympics.
These are my Valentine's Day notes.
Okay.
But yeah, my issue is basically, look, if you're going to ban somebody and say you can't compete, then ban them and they don't compete.
I got you.
And it's not even a case of, look, America doesn't do great at the Winter Olympics. We're not known to be like
we're the summertime.
we're not Switzerland or Norway or countries like that.
You give a guy from Sweden a stick and a hat, and he's going to kick our ass.
Yeah. So it's not even those are medals that we should have won. It's not even that. I don't even care about that. I don't even care about the medals. It's you were banned. You're not allowed to represent your country, but here you are, kind of representing your country.
Yeah, and in the most ass-backward way. And the fact that any Olympic committee, whether it be the International Olympic Committee or their own country, allows this, it just takes a big steaming turd on the games.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get what
you're banned, but we're going to let you guys in, but just don't say you're from Russia.
Right, just don't say you're from Russia, and don't, portray that you're from Russia, and don't, be all, we're Russian that way.
We're from the newly created state of Lenin-Stalin, and we're just going to come in. We are the free state of Lenin-Stalin. Fuck them.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Call yourself Nikita Koloff and shave your head for all I give a fuck. So, Valentine's Day is today. You guys are going to hear this on Wednesday. We're not going to say Happy Valentine's Day. If you celebrate this ignorant ass holiday, fuck you. And Herm and I will get into that later. But I'm speaking to the single folk right now.
Are you going to do your thing now?
I'm going to do my thing now.
All right, do the thing.
I want to speak to the single men and single women if this is your gig. If Valentine's Day comes up next year, you're feeling a little lonely. Save up a little money. You get some money on Christmas if you're a younger person, or if you're an older person like us, you get that little bit of overtime kicked in over the holidays. Put it aside. And on Valentine's Day, take yourself to a strip club.
Amen.
First of all, some of the best prime rib you'll ever eat comes from strip clubs.
Yep.
More often than not, cheap beer.
Yep.
The drinks, the mixed drinks are a little high priced.
Usually good wings.
Good. Oh, absolutely.
Most strip clubs have good wings.
Some of the best. But this isn't about that.
Oh.
This is about places you don't want to go.
Oh.
Now, in my research today, I am going to start off with a 5-star review. For 2 reasons. 1, you're not going to believe what I'm about to read to you. And 2, this is a tip of the hat to our listeners in New Zealand who still have not identified themselves. Please, get your ass on the computer, junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com right now.
Please, we have less than 1% of our listenership is from New Zealand. If you are the people, if there is one dude in New Zealand listening to us, send us a message.
And then, if you're in the Auckland, New Zealand area, I'd like you to visit VIP Strip Club Auckland.
Oh, that sounds nice.
It is nice. It's at level 3/84 Wellesley Street, West Auckland, CBD, Auckland, New Zealand. That's the entire address.
I'll be
so
sending
where
my
you're
GPS.
going. They're closed throughout the week, but they are open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Go get your groove on at VIP Strip Club Auckland. So I purposely went to New Zealand. I want our listeners down there.
Absolutely.
But I saw this review and I couldn't ignore it. This is the only 5-star review you're going to hear from me.
I'm so scared.
This was written 5 months ago. The reviewer calls himself Banana C.
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay. This is the review. It got 2 thumbs up, the review.
2 thumbs
It's about to get 3 because I'm going to click that little sumbitch right now. And the review was, I went there for my 9th birthday. It was great. I would recommend for kids. I can't make this shit up. The other 2 reviews are both 5 stars. Best strip club in Auckland. The most beautiful strippers in Auckland. But that popped out at me. I went there for my 9th birthday.
I'm going to die.
It was, please don't die. I went there for my 9th birthday. It was great. I would recommend for kids. Banana C, whoever you are, you have won the day. I have nothing else I can say.
We need this kid on our show.
I want T-shirts that say Banana C is my spirit animal, and on the back we put the picture of the review from VIP Strip
5
Club.
stars. Would
5
recommend for kids.
Absolutely. If that isn't the weirdest shit.
Oh, that's the best.
Now, I'm going to bring one closer to home. I saw quite a few of these. Excuse me. Oh, that sandwich is creeping on me. So I am going to name names.
Yeah.
We have to stay. If you like strip clubs, please stay away from the following places. If you're in Auckland, New Zealand, definitely go to VIP Strip Club Auckland.
If you're 9 years old, it's the place for you.
You will have the best time. We are going to go to Tolland, Connecticut. This is the Electric Blue Cafe, if you've ever been there.
Oh, I've been to Electric Blue.
So have I. Stay the fuck away.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find the review. Here it is. This one was written by a gentleman named Nick Orphy. This was 6 months ago.
Nick, buddy.
Yeah. So if you guys know Nick Orphy, tell him Dysfunction Junction wants to talk to you. 1 star. After I paid the guy at the door, he pretended like he didn't have enough change. He told me he would find me and give me the money. I went back to him an hour later, and he said, oh, yeah, I forgot. Why don't you just go up to the bar and get my change? Oh, I said that to him, sorry. This club has gone way downhill. It's nothing but C-section scars and bullet wounds.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. So top-notch talent there.
Right. We're going to stay close to home again from where we live. We are going to the fantastical Navy town of Groton, Connecticut.
Hey.
And the one place everybody went to the first time they were of age
Rosie's?
was Rosie's Cabaret.
I'm going to say
You
Rosie's.
got that right.
I was going to Rosie's when I was 14.
I believe that. Something tells me that's absolutely 1,000% correct.
I was big enough at the time. It was good.
Now, it's temporarily closed. They are going through a remodel.
A remodel?
I want to let you know. Well, hopefully they're remodeling the dancers. But I'm going to get one of the more entertaining 1-star reviews.
They ran out of Navy wives.
Probably. Oh, God, where is it? I got to find it again. Okay, here it is. This one was written by a young lady, Tina Riggs. It was a 1-star review. Wow, what a flashback in time. I worked there in the early 90s, kind of a dive. I wonder if it's changed much. I remember it being small in a strip mall. Do you think there's still any 47-year-old strippers there?
Oh, I'll bet money on it.
And I'm going to, this is one I didn't research, but somebody in a chat earlier said, oh, if you're going to do this, do not talk about Tampa, which means I'm immediately
going to talk about
I'm going to look
Tampa.
up Tampa. So we're going to look up Tampa strip clubs.
Worst strip clubs in Tampa, Florida.
Going back to Electric Blue, I don't begrudge anybody. I know a lot of women have suffered the pain of a C-section, but it's not something you want to see on a stripper.
No.
Nor do I want to see bullet wounds, knife wounds, or a tattoo that says Boner Garage.
Nope.
Okay, we're going to go to Tampa. What's the first one we find? Let's see. Let's find it. Oh, okay. Scores. Ooh. Scores, let's see, is located. You're not even going to give me an address, you dirty bitch.
They don't want you to know where it is.
All right, score. No, they don't, obviously. So let's go to the reviews. Ooh. Now get this. You've seen that line. I'm going to turn this your way. You see the long line for 5-star reviews.
Yep.
A couple of notches for 3 and 2 and 4. And 1 has quite the long line, which means we're going to have some fun. So let's get ourselves a 1-star review. Let me look these over. I love when they respond, too. Hey, I'm sorry you had such a terrible experience at our strip joint. We do the best to maintain a high quality... No, you're selling boobs and puss. There's probably jizz on the bathroom floor. You're not running a high-class establishment. You're selling boobs and puss. Fuck. Okay, I might want to read this one. This was a year ago, and the response was... the response gets me. All right, I've never been to a club as bad as this one. Everything about it was a terrible experience. The staff was rude. The dances were ugly as fuck. The prices were absolutely outrageous. They don't even tell you ahead of time that the drinks are $25 per shot of the cheapest whiskey they were offering. And if you sit at a table, even one that's not marked as reserved, they'll come up to you and tell you it's $1,000 to sit at the table after you paid $100 to get in. You're better off sitting at home and jerking off.
Wow. Save a bunch of money jerking off.
Right? Now, here's the response from the owner. If you came out on Super Bowl weekend expecting to do dollar shots, you were in the wrong place, and you probably had more than a few shots if you thought our girls were ugly. Now, see, that reminds me of you. Like, if we did restaurant reviews before you worked at your restaurant, I read some today. Originally, I didn't want to do strip clubs. I thought, let's just random businesses. Start with mine. Start with yours.
Oh, yeah. No, you get some reviews that are just, some of them are just like,
Oh, my God. Let me see.
We get people complaining because the meat's pink. Yeah, that's the smoke, dumbass.
That's how it works. Oh, this one's long. No, I'm not going to go with this one. Hans Lachner. Sounds like he was on the road. Please do not go to this club. Worst experience I've ever dealt with. The dancers tamper with you as they please. Extortion seems to be the bread and butter each day here at this club. Please, there are better clubs. I'm getting a stroke reading this for the lack of punctuation. Please, there are better clubs. Do not buy into their offers. I tried talking to the manager, but he treated as if I did not existed. This club needs some major changes. Okay, first of all, Hans, bit of free advice. Spell check is your friend, and it will tell you when you need punctuation. You can see the left side of my face is starting to droop a little bit.
It's starting to droop a little. I can see it.
I may have a tick.
I think you're gonna have a tick after this.
Now, if any of you want to pretend to be Hans Lachner, here's the response from the owner. Hans, please call us and explain. Ask for our general manager. He is waiting for your call. 813-875-7912. That's 813-875-7912. Let's see what else. I'm going to go to a different club in Tampa. Let's see what Tampa has to offer us. We went to Scores. I want to see a name that just pops out. Mons Venus, world famous nude strip club, Tampa. Okay, it's good. It's a 3.9 overall, so that's not bad. But they do have about a half a bar of negative reviews.
All right,
let's find one, shall we? Okay. Todd Mitchum writes about two months ago. I don't know what the hell happened to this spot, but my experience last night was nothing short of awful. There was only one beautiful girl. I'm sorry, maybe two beautiful-looking girls dancing in the entire club. The rest of them were straight busted. Inflation hit the strip club. The price for a single dance was outrageous at $50 or two for $60, which is a real deal, plus an $18 booth fee. I left disappointed, but on the bright side, I still had a pocket full of cash. Dude, the 2 for $60. If one's $50 and two is $60,
you get the second lap dance.
Yeah, go ahead. You know what?
Spend the money, buddy.
Todd, we're not on your side on this one. You, sir, may fuck off. All right, Dalton Kosak. Oh, my God. And he's... okay. After hearing good things about this club, I was very disappointed. The girls are way too skinny and very ugly. They could use a meal. Instead of giving them my money, it's better to give them food since all of them look like they're about to die of starvation. The building is too small and the inside is very ugly. Instead of feeling like a strip club, I feel like I am inside a ride at the country fair. I will never come back unless they have better girls. And oh, by the way, Scores and Odyssey are better. So he's given free pub. To the other clubs.
Yep.
I like the fact that he points out that these, meth-addicted chicks are skinnier than a rail.
Yep.
You know what, Dalton? Good on you. All right. A DJ complaint. Nobody cares. You're there to see titties. Knock it off. All right. 1-star review. Last one. We're still in Tampa. Think of a club you've been to in our area. That'll be the next club I go to, and we'll end the segment. But it can't be Minx. there weren't that many 1-star reviews. Most of them was about the food and the bouncers. Okay, so Bob Larry, what a name. Bob Larry says, 1 star. Not worth the time or the money. The inside of the club is really cramped together, so you're basically in the stripper's face right next to the main stage. A lot of ridiculous prices for basic, busted, ugly girls, and had one ugly girl try to charge me $60 for a single lap dance, then the one who said her dances were $42 each, odd price. But whatever, I gave her $50. She says she's going to give me change, yet I never received it. I would avoid this club, way cheaper options with better service. Guys, I don't know what you're expecting. You're going to a strip joint. You're going to get overpriced alcohol, cheap beer though, good prime rib, and titties. So what if one of them's got a busted grill? Are you staring at her grill? No. You're staring at her boobs, her butt, her legs, maybe her midriff. Maybe you have if it's a full nude club, hey, you're getting landing strip Jones.
Woo-hoo.
That's what I'm talking about. But you're not buying a fucking Rolls Royce. You're going to a strip club. I can understand if the girls are busted. But you know what? In some places, there aren't really that many options. Speaking of not many options, before you think of your strip club, give me a moment. We're going to go to Peabody, Massachusetts. Let's get in that Wayback Machine, shall we? Or the Way Away Machine. Peabody, Mass. Strip clubs. Somebody told me of one up there, and I want to see if they've got a bad review. Let's see. Ooh, this one looks... Oh, no. I was going to go with the Cabaret. Just a Cabaret with a sign that looks like it's straight out of a 1960s Vegas movie.
Yep.
But I'm going with DB's Golden Banana.
Oh.
On Newbury Street.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. DB's Banana. Now, they're closed right now. They'll be open. They're open Tuesday through Sunday, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m., except Fridays they're open noon to 1 a.m.
Get that lunch crowd.
Yeah.
Get the lunch crowd.
Get yourself lunch and a lap dance. A 3.7 overall. But that's not what we're here for, is it? Let's start with Waleed. Waleed Salah. 2 months ago, writes, whoever works the front desk needs a lesson in customer service and respect. Very rude and unwelcoming, has an attitude. After asking him a few questions, he got nasty and said, you have two choices. Either you pay the cover or you leave. So I left. Basically, this short interaction, I can only imagine how terrible the rest of the staff is. Okay, stop, Waleed. We're not on your side. You didn't go in. You didn't see the boobs. You didn't try the prime rib. You didn't have a drink. You are not getting a good review from me. All right, here we go. A lot of stuff against the receptionist. Ooh. All right, let's see what Courtney Lopez has to say. Not a good place for dancers. Rebecca, the girl in charge of hiring, is very, very rude and judgmental. She treats the dancers like crap and talks down to them so badly. She thinks she owns the place, and she also seems to think she's better than everyone else. Reminds me of a wannabe dancer herself who never fit the part and takes her anger out on the girls who fit the part. Calling a dancer ugly and fat is no way for a manager to treat another woman, all caps. Try the Cabaret Lounge or the Glass Slipper. They treat the dancers with the utmost respect. Courtney, let me let you in a little secret here. You're not the CEO of IBM. You're not curing cancer. You're showing your titties to strangers for money. If you're looking for super duper respect on a high level, how about getting yourself a super duper respectable job on a high level? Courtney, you are canceled. And then we're just going to the last one is from Luis Pineda a year ago. 1 star. This place sucks. Burn it to the ground.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so
short and to the point.
That's DB's Golden Banana in Peabody, Massachusetts. Did you think of a place near us?
Yeah, the only place I know of is Rhode Island Dolls.
Rhode Island Dolls. I've never been there. I've been to Cheaters.
The problem is they're decent. They're a pretty decent club.
Oh, every club has 4 stars. Look at this. They're closed now. They are open Wednesday through Sunday, 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can call them. No, don't. I'm not going to give you the number. Let's see. Reviews. Flower Power 17. You already know this is going to be bad.
At a strip club?
Yep.
Oh, it's going to go bad.
1 star. If you're a dancer thinking about coming here, don't. The place is tiny and more of a local hangout. Nobody spends money. Also, managers demand your tips, which is illegal. Okay. That wasn't a very good flower power. You can eat shit. You're canceled. Beckjar29 says, just some advice for one of your dancers. I can't remember her name. If you are begging customers for money, you're probably in the wrong line of work, honey. No, actually, Beckjar, they're not. They're showing tits for tips. You know what? Let's open a strip club and call it Tits for Tips. Can't one of these have a worst experience? I got that. Okay. Jacob leaves this review. So for one, the floor isn't very big to start with, and it's kind of stuffy and crowded, not a lot of room to move. Second, the first girl I meet, well, very polite, did not how to hold a conversation, and in addition, EDITION, like new edition, not addition, in addition, tried to sell me on the fact that the club only really does private dances. Third, drink prices were ridiculous, and to top it off, were not as strong as I'm used to. Been in plenty of clubs, used to the price being like this, but this was kind of absurd. I'd say the only nice part of this experience is the large, open, clean outdoor smoking area. Seems like a nice club if you're willing to drop a couple grand. If not, you and your boys will be looking for a night out with $300 apiece. The dancers are not very pretty. Okay, so, you know what? I'm going to let Jacob have his moment in the sun. Jacob, good review. I've never been there, but they really do have a lot of great reviews, this Rhode Island Dolls. A couple people just...
Yeah, my friend Crystal is the manager over there, so...
Oh, she have a nice rack?
Yeah, she does.
Good on her. Don't tell Crystal we said this.
Very much so.
But I will say this. I haven't found a review yet, but we're going to bring this back regularly. I'm going to dive a little deeper. I'm going to find some of the crazy
strip club
shit.
Reviews.
I want to hear about pregnant strippers.
Oh, yes.
I want to hear about a stripper, a bald-headed stripper whose wig falls off in the middle of the dance. One with a fake leg, and, she uses the sticky on the bottom of her fake foot to pick up her tips. Whatever. Guys, if you're going to be lonely this year, do it at a strip club, but don't go to these.
Club, but not this one.
There'll be more. Once I'm going to do a little more digging over the next month, and I'm going to bring you some horrendous strip club reviews.
We look forward to it.
I hate Valentine's Day, so you might as well just start firing off at will, my man.
All right, so here it is. The main topic. Here it is. We are doing the Anti-Valentine's Day show.
Yep. There's no need for Valentine's Day.
This holiday is complete bullshit.
Why is that, Mike?
Well...
Uh-oh, he's going to the notes.
The holiday goes back to... a spring festival in Roman times, as well as a couple of there's a couple of martyrs named Saint Valentine, and basically what it comes down to, it was a celebration of very similar to like Easter. It was a celebration of fertility, the whole nine. My issue is that it's there's a couple issues I have with it, but my biggest issue is that it's almost it's a holiday created by business and promoted and pushed by business, and the it's an unfair holiday.
Very much so.
It's an unfair holiday, and by that I mean, okay. Valentine's Day is technically the celebration of love. All right, that's what the holiday is supposed to celebrate, love.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're at a disadvantage. From the time that girls are 5 years old, they're talking with their friends about my wedding day, and I'm gonna marry a man who's rich. And it's gonna take me on all around the world.
He's gonna work, and I'm not.
And young girls start to develop and cultivate this unrealistic concept of what they think love is
Yeah.
from the most early stages of their life.
How many times have you heard a woman say, "I'm a princess. I deserve to be treated like a princess. I deserve to get." Well, there's a prince on the other end who'd like a blowjob every now and again.
There's a prince too.
How about a nice gold watch? I'll take the blowjob first, though.
And I think the issue is they develop this concept from the time they're really young, and then it becomes put on men to fulfill this. They have this abstract concept of what love means, and the businesses push that guilt to us to the point where we spend money to show somebody that we love them, that really has nothing to do with showing them that we love them.
No.
All right.
My favorite question to ask women is, when would you rather get a dozen roses or a bracelet or a ring? On February 14th, when every other good woman, bad woman, hooker, or prostitute are getting the same gifts you are?
Or June 7th.
That's my grandmother's birthday, so that's off the hook. I'm just saying a random Thursday.
You know what I mean?
You show up one day at home and there's a dozen roses and a nice little tennis bracelet and a box of chocolates. It's like, why don't you put on something nice? We're gonna go out to a nice dinner. Means more. This isn't Christmas, where Christmas is, if you are not Jewish or what have you.
Right.
Christmas has become an all-inclusive holiday. It's not started. I know people are gonna cry the blues because I'm talking about religion. Originally celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, all good and whatever. I've read all the other descriptions. Get off me. However, you celebrate Christmas. It's family. It's giving. It's about giving of yourself to your family. And if I get nothing on Christmas, I don't care. I'm a happy guy.
Me either.
If I can brighten up my daughter's eyes on Christmas, I did my job.
Yep.
So, and again, Emma's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Emma. You don't listen.
Happy birthday.
Oh, I'm going to give her an embarrassing Facebook post tomorrow. Don't you? It'll be on, obviously, when you guys listen to this, it'll be yesterday. So February 15th, happy birthday, Emma. But I always tell her, you're going to get a decent gift. Christmas is my big thing. Everybody has a birthday. They get big shit. She gets a decent-sized gift. But I'm like, Emma, aren't you happy with surprises? And she is. She's a lot like me. You just come out of nowhere and be like, get your shoes on. Where do you want to go? You want to go to the arcade? You want to go to B-Dubs? You want to go to, just let's go shopping. She's off the hook.
Let's go to Ulta.
Dude, no. I'm not getting nipple paste and butt lotion. That's some bullshit. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll dig out those pictures. I'll put them on our page. Shopping with a 13-year-old for makeup, and you see right there, nipple cream and butt lotion.
Butt rejuvenation.
Yeah, butt rejuvenation. Sorry, thank you. I was off by just a tad. Christ, but no, and she gets the concept. She's 14 now, tomorrow. She understands that Valentine's Day, for all intent and purpose, is a hoax. It's a hoax. Hallmark, Russell Stover, and Kay Jewelers make their money. They make their nut that day.
Yep.
It's Black 14th for them. Because the rest of the year, nobody's going to Kay unless they're getting married. You're not selling 13,000 rings in July. You know when you're selling them? In February. That's their Black Friday.
$6.8 billion on jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
In 2021.
In 2021. Nice. Read some more of those beautiful stats, please.
Let's see. We've got a total.
Is this worldwide or just America?
This is. I'm not sure if this is worldwide or just America.
Okay.
It just was the facts that I went through to the site were $21.8 billion spent in 2021, which is down actually. It's actually down from that number was higher in 2020. 11.4 billion
pre-pandemic.
Yeah. 11.4 billion spent by discernible men and 7.8. Well, I'm just saying you have the ability now to be a man or a woman or an other. And
that's why I'm laughing. Discernible
men.
Gentlemen prefer legs.
7.8 billion by discernible women. So that gives you a $3.6 billion difference in spending between men and women. Men spend 30% more on Valentine's Day than women do.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to read the combine that number with Christmas. Men get drawers, socks, and I don't know what they get on Valentine's Day. I've never celebrated Valentine's Day ever. I don't want to.
Let's see. 58 million pounds of chocolate is sold for Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And that chocolate averages between a 300 to 400% markup for the holiday. Higher prices than any other time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
For nothing more than changing the foil wrapper to pink.
Changing the shape of your Hershey Kiss to a heart and wrapping it in red and pink foil.
Red and pink instead of silver. That 58 million pounds of chocolates translates into 36 million heart-shaped. Of that 58 million pounds, there are 36 million heart-shaped boxes sold in 2021.
They owe
for
Nirvana
Valentine's
money.
Day.
Give Nirvana their money for that heart-shaped box.
With the total sales of chocolates being $2.4 billion.
Oh, my God. They're not even getting Whitman samplers. They're getting the high-end shit.
They're getting high-end. Whitman samplers suck.
I know, but when you were a kid?
The only candy that's good in a Whitman sampler is the Messenger Boy in the middle.
Yes. Or the coconut cream.
Those are all right. $3.2 billion spent on flowers.
Mm-hmm.
That will die
in 4 days.
In 4 days.
I'd rather you get me a potted plant I can keep for 6 years and get the fuck off the roses. If I win the Kentucky Derby, get me roses.
$6.8 billion spent on jewelry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Almost $7 billion on jewelry.
I have a lot of questions, but I want to hear the rest of these stats.
Let's see. $4.3 billion spent on dining in 2021 for the Valentine's Day holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And $1.6 billion in cards.
You guys don't get it, do you? Out there in podcast land, you just don't get it. This isn't about love. This is about lining somebody else's pockets.
This is about marketing.
Yeah.
It's about marketing.
It's all marketing. And they get... All right, now I'm going to go off the misogynistic trail.
It's the same as the engagement ring.
Yeah. This is a female holiday, my opinion.
It was a holiday created by marketers.
Yeah.
And pushed and kept
now,
going
by
by marketers.
There was a story I read, and I did dig it up, and now it's gone because I'm a fucking retard. And I can say that about myself because I'm saying it about myself. There was a story that I read years ago, and I did find it on Wikipedia just a minute ago, that one of the stories, you were talking about martyrdom, and it started with, according to an early tradition, Saint Valentine restored sight to the blind daughter of his jailer. Numerous later additions to the legend have been better related to it as the theme of love. An 18th century embellishment of the legend claims that he wrote his jailer's daughter a letter signed "Your Valentine" as a farewell post before his execution. Okay. I don't know that's love. You restored sight. You did a good deed, and they still fucking hung you, which is basically what Valentine's Day is.
Right.
If you don't get the right shit, you're not getting laid.
Right.
You're going to be sleeping on the couch for a couple, 5-6 days.
I don't know why women, to interject.
I know where you're going. I like it.
When women tell us we're sleeping on the couch, you guys think that's a punishment.
That's an adult camp out.
When a guy sleeps on the couch, it's like we went camping. It's literally that's all it is. We went camping.
It's an 8-hour nap instead of a 2-hour nap watching the golf game.
That's right.
Beyond that, going back to the conditioning thing, the princess. Oh, you're a princess, and when you find a man, he'd better treat you like this. Well, that shit's mutual. Let's be clear. If you want to be treated like a princess, you better treat the guy on the other end like a prince.
That's right.
And
absolutely.
And Valentine's Day, if you are a true romantic, should go both ways. If you're expecting a really expensive piece of jewelry or a trip or the fantastic $199
you better
lobster
cough
dinner
one
for
up
two,
too.
You better have something good. Now, me, I'm Basic Jones. Don't do Valentine's Day, but if my surprises are limited to, and this is stuff I love, a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Take me to dinner. You see a T-shirt somewhere, it's like, oh, I think Chris would like that T-shirt. Boom, there it is, T-shirt Jones. Cripes. I had one person that I was dating years ago. I had injured my back. It was the summertime. You ought to know because you came up and you and your wife came up and hung out with me while I was convalescing.
Yep.
And out of the blue, my girlfriend shows up, and she hands me a box. And I opened the box, and it's the brand new Madden video game. I'm like, what's this for? She goes, oh, because, your back hurts. You're going to need something to do. You're probably tired of watching fucking daytime television. Play the game. Well, all right. Thank you. It meant the world. Would it have meant the world if it was on Valentine's Day? No. Because that was a surprise that made my heart, like the Grinch,
right,
grow
it's
three
almost,
sizes too big.
It's almost obligatory.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to be told when to say I love you. I always used to say there are 365 days in a year, 366 if you got a leap year. February 14th is my day off.
Yeah, like I'm not going to be guilted into it. Like I'm an old married man, dude. So
Yeah.
I show my wife that I love her every day. Little things.
I think you made it best when you said it the other day. I show her with food.
Yeah, my love has the tendency to manifest.
Do not say those two words
No,
in tandem. I will reach across.
My love for her has a tendency to manifest itself through my cooking.
But that's a beautiful thing you're creating.
Like it's just like little things like it's a Tuesday, so I whip up a batch of French onion soup gratinée, one serving. I go through the same amount of work and I produce one serving. When she comes home, there's
Just for
one
her.
serving.
That's beautiful.
It's little things like that for me that I don't need the 14th of February.
No.
I do that shit all the time. Like, why do we need to feel like we need to be guilted to show that we understand what love is when we're not teaching everybody, and we're not teaching these young kids and these young gentlemen what real love is. They think it's it's done with money, and they think it's about flashy cars and ice. And that's not really what it is at all.
Oh, hell, the commercials. Thank God this weekend was the Super Bowl, because you've seen some of those car commercials over the years come Valentine's Day. Oh, come outside, honey, and there's this beautiful $75,000 ride in the driveway.
Yeah, with a bow on it.
Yeah. Show her you love her. Honda. If I'm going to show her I love her, it ain't going to be with a fucking Honda.
Well, yeah. Well, it's just like it's just like the diamond thing.
Oh, yeah.
For the engagement ring.
Take her breath away.
Prior to the late 40s, when De Beers came out with the "A Diamond Is Forever" campaign,
I thought Ric Flair said that.
only about 10% of anybody that was engaged had diamonds in their engagement ring.
Right.
The engagement ring itself wasn't a foreign concept, but the fact that you had to spend 3 months' salary on it was literally a marketing ploy and a marketing technique that was developed and established by a woman.
Yeah.
And that's when it happened. So now, in order to show you I love you and want to marry you, I have to spend this amount of money.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
I totally do as well.
All right, give me a second. I'm a big fan of looking up weird shit like this.
There's no bathroom down here, is there?
No, go up the stairs, out the door, left, and then another left. I'm going to read some of these stories.
Read some shit.
Hopefully, you'll get them when you get back. Okay, so Valentine's Day is supposed to be about love. Here's some stories that are not about love. My ex-boyfriend invited me over to his house to spend Valentine's Day with him. I was really excited, and I even bought him some really nice pens and a notebook because he was into drawing. I drove 30 minutes from my place to get there, and we were just hanging out in his room. He was acting weird. Excuse me. So I asked him what was wrong. He proceeded to break up with me right after I gave him the gift. That's Shanna in New York City. If these are all female stories, I'm going to be bent out of shape. They are. Oh, nope. Here's a male one. On Valentine's Day, my senior year of high school, my mom decided it would be a good idea to invite the extended family over. Her cousin had just gotten divorced, and somehow both the cousin and the ex showed up. Cue the stiffest family gathering you could ask for. You could seriously feel the tension through the whole house. This surreal nightmare culminated in me clogging the toilet, which caused a pipe to burst, which caused a massive leak about 5 feet from where everyone was sitting eating cheese. Poor Jacob.
Poor Jacob.
All right. Let's see. Who's this from? This is Julia in Boston. She says, right as my family was leaving for a week-long ski trip, my girlfriend and I got into this huge fight over text. Okay, stop. Stop fighting over text. Be an adult, pick up a fucking phone, and have the conversation.
Yell at that person for real.
Text fighting is for teenagers and idiots. I said it. Thank you. She was saying how much she was going to miss me that week, but to such an extreme point where every other message was, I miss you. I said, sorry, I don't feel like doing the I miss you bit. She got all depressed and was mad at me, so I spent all of Valentine's Day reassuring her that I loved her and I wouldn't leave her. When I got back, I suggested we have a late celebration, but she was having none of that. Oh, okay, so this is a girl-on-girl relationship, so, good on them. Let's see, do we have any other males? Here we go. What is this? Oh, no, okay. Here's your love. I told my best friend I was in love with him on Valentine's Day.
Uh-oh.
He told me he didn't feel the same way about me and said he was secretly in love with our other friend.
Ooh.
He kept saying how hot she was, which made me feel inferior. Things were rough for a while. I was mad at him for being insensitive when I had literally just poured my heart out to him. I ended up rebounding with some other guy, and my best friend and I stopped speaking for a while. I was heartbroken for a long time.
Rebounding is code for humping another.
Pretty much. Now, Grace in Milwaukee, go Brewers, by the way. Just because you poured your heart out does not mean it's his job to immediately fall in love with you. This has turned into an advice column. Between the stripper reviews and this, I'm becoming Dear Abby.
I was going to say, what's up, Ann Landers?
Yeah. Just because you poured your heart out, it doesn't mean he has to fall head over heels in love with you. You're his best friend. He has those feelings for you. He's never going to leave because he's your best friend. It doesn't mean he wants to sleep with you. It means you are valuable to his life by being your best friend. Mm-hmm. Knock it off. Get off your high horse, princess. Congratulations on the rebound. Hope it was worth it. A lot of Boston. Wow. Can some good shit happen somewhere else in the country? Let's see. D.C., New York City. Oh, we're going to Hermland right now. Denver, Colorado.
Woo!
I was sitting in history class on Valentine's Day when I got a weird text from a number I didn't recognize asking me to be their Valentine. This already has horror written all over it. This is how movies start.
I was going to say, this is a movie plot story.
Horror and porn start out the same way, really. I had no clue who it was, and so I asked. He said we had met before, but didn't give me any more details. After hours of texting back and forth, I was dying to know who my secret admirer was. I agreed to meet up for a blind date at a coffee shop and took a ton of safety precautions, including telling all my friends where I was going and letting the barista know I was on a blind date.
Oh, the barista. Got to let the barista know.
Yeah, because the dude with the man bun and the buggy whip arms is going to save your ass.
He'll save you.
He'll call the cops. Well, okay, I'll give her that one. He could always sneak to the back and go, "Hey, look, I got this really creepy dude macking on this chick. It's uncomfortable.
All right,
whatever.
All right.
But
The
don't
barista.
don't tell Todd behind the register like, oh my God, I'm here on a blind date, and the code word is
Pineapple.
yeah. The code word is stevia. You fucking twat. All right, let's see. I got to the coffee shop and I was so excited. Time ticked by. A half hour later, I realized I'd been stood up on Valentine's Day.
Oh, no.
And I don't even know by whom. The next week, the same anonymous number teased me about getting stood up. The whole experience was such a bummer. Lauren in Denver, Colorado. Lauren, I can make this easy for you. First of all, a blind date is when, say, Herm comes to me and says, Chris, got this nice lady I want you to meet. Then come the litany of questions. Is she good looking? What's her personality like? How's her attitude? What is she like? And then you agree.
You got ghosted by a text.
Yeah. You basically got catfished without the catfish. The two dudes did not show up in the car. They didn't bring the MTV fucking film crew. You did this to yourself, Lauren. I have no sympathy for you. And from here on out, you are canceled.
Heard. Canceled. Valentine's Day is canceled.
Valentine's Day has been canceled, but until one of us gets elected president, we can't officially enact that. So we need you, the listener, to help us out. We want you to send your worst Valentine's Day story to junctiondysfunctionshow@gmail.com. If you don't want your name read, we won't read your name.
Yeah, just let us know.
Just tell us your worst Valentine's Day story. If we get a good one or two or five, we'll read them on the show. Some of you out there listening, I know some of you have had terrible Valentine's Day. I know some of you personally. So I know I could tell the stories without your consent, but that would be rude and that would ruin our friendship. But we did have a request before we wrap up. I don't know how much longer we have.
We're good. We're at about an hour and 15 right now, so we're all right.
We did have a request from a very nice listener asking us, and I asked you this question before we went hot. I want you to explain for the listener. Basically, the listener says, it sucks knowing you record on a Monday, and on Monday I'm all hyped up. I want to hear the show, but I have to wait till Wednesday. Is there a way that you could ask Mike how to stream this live on the YouTube for those that use the YouTube? And that was the question for you. So if you want to handle this question quick.
I'm sure there is a way. We haven't gone through the live streaming platform yet. I haven't delved and done the research onto that. The way we've been doing it is we record Monday night. I use Mondays and Tuesdays are the only days that I'm off from my regular job. So we record Monday night. I do all of the editing and studio work on Tuesday, and I try to have it posted by midnight by 12 a.m. midnight on Wednesday. So as to our listener who asked the question, I will look into what is going on and what's required to do the whole live thing, and we'll let you know. Absolutely.
Okay. Uh-oh. I dug a little deeper.
Oh.
I wanted more stories.
We did. It's the archaeologist.
Oh. So I'm going to go through a couple of these. This is from ranker.com. How many are there? Just as people reveal the most depressing Valentine's Day they've ever had. So hopefully these are better than Lauren and Jacob and some of these other twats who got ghosted by text, or the barista was the fucking hero of the day.
Can they please just be some train wrecks?
Let's see. Let's start with the first one. On Valentine's Day, Blondie Pop discovered... What? That's not a real name. Blondie Pop discovered that her boyfriend of 4 years had an internet girlfriend. She called the girl and found out he had been lying to her for 2 years, and she had no idea that he was living with Blondie Pop. When Redditor confronted her boyfriend, he freaked out and threatened to kill himself. Interesting concept, Blondie Pop. And now the page froze. I don't think God wants me to read these, or that Valentine himself from the grave wants me to read these. Here we go. Oh, God damn it.
He says, fuck your pick.
Fuck your pick! I ain't having it. You took the Bee Gees. Fuck your pick. All right, let's see. Story number... Stop it. This website, don't go to Ranker. This is some bullshit. Now it's locked me out twice. Third time's a charm. Here we go. We're going to do it. We got past this one. Here we go. Galentine's Day never works. So I guess these are from Reddit.
Yep.
The Redditor Amersaurus, okay, that's scary, tried to have a Galentine's Day with her friend who invited her new boyfriend to the party.
Uh-oh.
He proceeded to get completely shit-faced and keep her up until 5 a.m. blasting music and yelling. Then she had to drive 40 minutes back home on zero sleep. That's not so bad.
That's not so bad. That's just
Fuck
kind of
off.
That could be any average fucked up Friday night.
Yeah, pretty much. This Redditor's girlfriend broke up with him on Valentine's Day via text, and 5 minutes later, the $200 bouquet of roses arrived at her door.
Oh, and he probably got the text notification, too. We just delivered your package.
Hooray, she'll be so thrilled. Eat shit. Oh, my God, I got to find one more.
That's funny as fuck.
Isn't it really, though? Guys, you put too much fucking faith in this bullshit-ass holiday. All right, from refinery29.com, this is called 12 Valentine's Day horror stories that will convince you to stay in this year. Ooh. All right. On my first Valentine's Day with my fiance, says Sydney, 23, we tried to go to the Cheesecake Factory without a reservation and ended up eating takeout in his car. Later that night, I got food poisoning at his house and spent hours getting sick repeatedly while he tried to clean up after me. We hadn't even been together for 6 months at that point. Okay, stop right there. If he's cleaning up after you, Sydney, that's a good dude.
He cares.
That's a good dude.
He cares.
We hadn't even been together 6 months at that point. So that means he's a keeper. If he's willing to clean up your stomach chunks, he's a keeper.
Pretty much.
Now knock it the fuck off and grow up. This one's from Allison, 32. My now husband pulled out all the stops, making an epic 3-course meal. Okay, stop. Epic and 3-course generally don't go together unless one of those courses is lobster.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 3 courses.
Yeah.
Dude. It could be like, an app, an entree, and a dessert.
Shake and bake.
I can get 2 for $20 at fucking Applebee's.
That's what I'm talking about. Kids eat free if the Red Sox win.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's see. Epic 3-course meal. In the process, he clogged our kitchen sink, also leading out to our bathroom sink overflowing. And I think he and our landlord stayed up until 1 a.m. trying to fix it and save our hardwood floors from water damage. Sadly, no romance was on the table that night. Well, Allison, he went out of his way to cook you a nice meal. Bad shit happened. Be glad of the fact that he put work into this the first time, and then he and the landlord tried to save these beautiful hardwood floors. You, ma'am, are canceled. In college, I wanted to make dinner for my boyfriend and decided on salmon. I don't know, sounded good at the time. Someone told me I should poach it, so I did. His apartment ended up reeking of fish into the hallway, and his roommate was like, "It smells like fish." No shit. I was pretty much mortified. Of course it's going to smell like fish, you retard. Okay. Oh, this one. Last one. Only for the headline. I have it all on film, saved in my Snapchat. Memories for a laugh every now and again. Mm-hmm. This better be good. This is from Chelsea, 22 years old. About a week before Valentine's Day last year, one of my friends broke up with her long-term boyfriend. So since we were all single, I, and 2 other friends decided to act upon this Valentine's Day freedom and made dinner reservations for just the girls, followed by a fun night out. We lived in a small college town, so fine dining was extremely limited, and basically everyone we knew made reservations at the same restaurant. So, of course, the hostess at the restaurant went to seat us, and she ironically placed us in the booth next to where my friend's ex and his new date were sitting. Long story short, my friends and I dedicated our first round of drinks to her ex and his date, who felt extremely uncomfortable and cut their evening short. I have it all on film, saved in my Snapchat memories for a laugh every now and again. Chelsea?
So you didn't have a bad Halloween.
Halloween, listen to you.
Holiday.
Valentine's Day.
I don't even, it doesn't even register as a holiday. That's why I can't remember. So you didn't have a bad Valentine's Day.
Your friend kind of did.
Your friend did, but you kind of caused one.
Yeah. But I want to give Chelsea credit here. Chelsea and the girls, all of them. You get sat at a table next to your recently broken up with ex and their new dating partner, human person, hoe. I don't want to disparage this girl. I don't know her. And I don't know the ex-boyfriend. I don't know any of these people.
Right.
But you know she's feeling down. How are you going to turn that frown upside down? Let's have a drink. Here's to Billy and Mary.
Yay,
May
Billy
you
and Mary.
fuck yourself with a cactus, and everybody drinks their shot, and they get pissed off and leave. Guess what? You cock-blocked them. Good job on you. Chelsea, you're my favorite story for the Valentine's Day horror gimmick. And maybe, Chelsea, if you get a chance, maybe you could go to VIP Strip Club in Auckland where Banana C had his 9th birthday.
It's great. I totally recommend it for kids.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, you have yourself an ice cream sundae and maybe you get a titty or two.
It's like taking little Timmy to Hooters for his 12th birthday.
There's nothing wrong with Hooters. They're not showing...
Nothing wrong with Hooters.
I would take... If I had a
Nothing.
son, I would take him to Hooters for his birthday every
Short
year.
shorts and tank tops. God bless America.
Because as he grows up, at first, it's all about the chicken wings and the Pepsi. Then as he gets older, he understands that nice boobs and a nice ass bring those chicken wings to me. By the time he's 18, he's trying to mac on every waitress there.
Right, and by the time he's like 25, by the time he's 30, he could give a shit less about the tits or the shorts. He just cares about the wings.
Yeah, and the sports on television. I'll be honest with you, I love the calendar more. You go to Hooters, you get to see him for an hour and a half. You buy the calendar.
You see him all year.
Amen to that. By the way, thank you for hating Valentine's Day as much as I do.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And to everybody that's out there, like they're just a couple of grumpy old men. Burns is a grumpy old man. I am a grumpy old married man, and my wife doesn't do Valentine's Day the same way I don't do Valentine's Day. My wife would rather show me she loves me on a Thursday when she sees something and picks it up versus do the whole obligatory marketing bullshit. So just for everybody out there that's, oh, what the hell, he hates it. I do hate it. I don't hate my wife. I love my wife. I am in love with my wife every day of the week, and I don't need a day to show her that. If these young cats out there learned to show it all the time on a frequency that the women receive it and are good with it, Valentine's Day doesn't mean shit to your girl.
Nope.
If you do it all year long, Valentine's Day is nothing. So take it from an old man. Do it all year long. Fuck Valentine's.
I prefer to call myself a funny old man.
Hilarious. We are fucking hilarious.
Yes, but I do tend to lean to the grumpy side every now and again.
Yep. That's my wheelhouse.
Big news for you guys. Next week when we come to you, we're going on the road. We're going to be visiting Two Brothers Extreme
we
Paranormal.
will be on location next week.
They're going to show us their toys, tell us some of their scariest stories. And, you know, if you're a non-believer, maybe this will make you a believer. I watch a lot of that stuff on television. The scary shit, I'm like, oh, that shit could really happen. Then I watch the Osbournes Want You to Believe, and I laugh at Ozzy because that dude is a train wreck, but I love him. And he still owes me $200 for those front row retirement seats, and he came back 2 years later, you fucking twat. Anyway, we have come to the end of another episode of Dysfunction Junction. Don't forget to tell your friends and leave us a review wherever you find the show. So, any last words?
No, not a whole hell of a lot of last words.
Okay.
Just a reminder, Big Herm is doing karaoke at Sorrell's every Friday night from 9 p.m. till 1 a.m. Come on down, get your rock star on, pick your favorite song, and come sing it. I'd like to give a shout out to our man Lynch.
Yes, indeed.
We know he's going to be listening to this at some point here in the next few days. So, you know, my man, stay strong. Keep doing what you're doing.
Your seat's open. We love you, kid. And on that note, fuck Valentine's Day.
Fuck Valentine's Day.